everyone, this is John Dupuis, live from Winchester High School Gymnasium. Tonight we have the Winchester Sachems hosting the Arlington Spy Ponders for our annual Coaches vs. Cancer benefit. Tonight the Sachems host a red-hot Spy Ponders team. Their Spy Ponders are currently 8-1 overall with a 7-0 record. And your home Winchester Sachems are 5-5 overall with a 4-3 record in the Middlesex League. My counterpart tonight is Coach Jason Kachaputi. And Coach, tonight we have a couple of players from Arlington we're going to keep our eye on tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Colin McNamara, senior point guard, very dynamic player. Going to be attending WPI next year to play basketball. One to really keep an eye on tonight. And that point guard battle is going to be outstanding with Liam Fitzpatrick for Winchester. Liam's a great player. This should be fun to watch tonight.
Thanks, Coach. So we're going to turn our attention to the main court for our announcements and our starting lineups in the national anthem. And we'll be with you right after that. Thank you.
The Coaches vs. Cancer program unites the American Cancer Society with our coaches who fight against cancer. The proceeds from tonight's event will go directly to the life-saving efforts of the American Cancer Society to fund research, provide free programs for people with cancer and their caregivers, advocate for better cancer screenings and treatment, and provide education and information for all those who seek it. We thank you for your contribution and continued generosity. Thank you to all the fans for coming out to tonight's game to support the cause. Now for the starting lineups. Starting for Arlington High School. Number 0, Nicholas Corrales. Number 2, Colin McNamara. Number 14, James Gascoigne. Number 20, Dominic Black. Now starting for you, Winchester Sachems.
All right, as we turn our attention to the court here, Coach, want to go over the starting lineups for the visiting Arlington Spy Ponders, please?
Yes, you have number 0, Nicholas Carcelis, number 2, Colin McNamara, number 14, James Gosselin, number 20, Dominic Black, and number 23, Ben Wasco.
And for the home Sachems, we have 11, Justin Miranda, a senior forward, number 12, a sophomore, Joe McCarron, number 14, junior guard, Liam Fitzpatrick, number 23, Mario Benedetto, and Brennan Clark, who just scored the opening points of the game. 2-0 Sachems. Arlington looking to work the ball inside to the post. To Cascone. Cascone on the post. Up for 2. So quickly, we have a tie score here at 2-2. Arlington coming out with a little bit of pressure here at the full court. Benedetto with the drive. No. Miranda with the rebound. Out for Fitzpatrick for the 3. No. Another loose ball. Clark settles it to Fitzpatrick. Looking to set up the offense. Fitzpatrick looking to call a play. Arlington in man-to-man defense currently. The sophomore McCarron for 3. Good. 5-3 Sachems.
They look for Joe a lot on the perimeter out there. He's got a nice looking shot. Can knock it down for a young kid.
A lot of confidence for a sophomore there. 5-2 Sachems. Spy Ponders moving the ball around the perimeter. Corrales over to Black. Black looking for the drive. Up strong. And the foul. Mario Benedetto with the foul. Dominic Black, the junior guard, will go to the line for 2. Coach, any thoughts so far here on the opening minutes?
Yeah, talking to Coach Fleming a lot this year. He's always concerned about protecting the rim. In years past, Winchester's had some big players in there that could really make shots around the rim difficult. This year, it's a little bit of a challenge, and it looks like tonight could be again with Gascon on the low block and trying to stop that penetration from Black and McNamara.
Black with 2 free throws makes the score Winchester Sachems 5, Arlington Spy Ponders 4. Arlington back in that man-to-man defense. Fitzpatrick using the high screen. Miranda with the roll. And the hoop. Justin Miranda for 2. Sachems 7, Spy Ponders 4. Colin McNamara, the senior guard, bringing the ball up. Looking to settle the ball. Over to Corrales. Back to McNamara in the post. To Wasco. Wasco back out. McNamara looking to drive. Over to Wasco. No. Miranda with the rebound. And Fitzpatrick looks to push.
That'll be something to keep an eye on this evening. Winchester switching a lot of ball screens. See if Arlington puts Gascon in that to get a little bit of a mismatch on the block.
Quick turnover here for the Sachems Spy Ponders back on offense. Lots of perimeter play here so far. Sachems also in the man-to-man defense. Into the post. Wasco back out. Corrales looking to post, looking to drive. No. McCarron with a good D. Loose ball. Back up. Nothing. McCarron with the rebound. Fitzpatrick out. He's got some numbers. Looking to run the point down the middle. Over to Clark. Clark up, steady, and yes! And the hoop. Nice job there, Coach, by Fitzpatrick to settle the jump stop and off to Clark for the foul.
Absolutely, staying under control in that situation. Big key to that finish.
You're our first substitution. Joey Pazia, the sophomore forward, in for Ben Wasco. Brendan Clark with the and one makes it 10-4 Sachems. Henry McDonough now in for Brendan Clark for the Sachems. 5:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Winchester High School. Thank you for joining us. It's Coaches versus Cancer Night here. Annual night where we raise money for cancer awareness. I know Coach Fleming does a great job incorporating this with the volleyball teams as well.
Absolutely. Every year his programs do a great job raising funds. Volleyball, they do a wonderful job with Surf for the Cure, and then this year annually it's been a great event.
McNamara with a corner jumper makes it 10-6. They cut the lead to 4 with the Sachems winning. Fitzpatrick with a dribble and the hoop. 12-6 Winchester Sachems with 4:30 to go here in the first quarter.
That's going to be a great matchup all night. McNamara and Fitzpatrick, especially you got McNamara matched up with Fitzpatrick on Winchester's end.
I think a little bit of Liam's composure out there. Might have to do with his quarterbacking of the football team in the fall.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you'll see a quarterback also be the point guard for the basketball team in the winter.
Natural transition from one to the other.
Connor McNamara closes the lead, closes the gap to 4 now, 12-8 Sachems. Fitzpatrick out to McNamara. McCarron, for 3. Joe McCarron, the sophomore, scores.
There's that quick release. It's a little bit of a low low release, but he gets rid of it so quick, it's hard to really bother the shot.
And builds the lead up to 7, but that's quickly back down to 5 with a little screen and roll. Pazia with the hoop. 15-10, Sachems. Some more of that man-to-man pressure, full court. Fitzpatrick running the weave with De Benedetto. Over to McDonough. Miranda with the interior pass. Tough pass there, Coach.
Yeah, very tough. A lot of congestion in there. Wasn't great spacing. Would have loved to see Miranda just go up with that right there.
Dominic Black with the 3. The lead is now only 2. Winchester Sachems 15, Arlington Spy Ponders 13. About 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sachems looking to run an offense. Liam up strong, denied by Black. McNamara up with it. Looking to go one-on-one, gets by the defender. Up, nothing. De Benedetto with the rebound, looking to push. No number, so wisely pulls it back out to Joe McCarron.
Benedetto can be a tough matchup out on the floor. He's playing more of a 4 or 5, but he's really more of a wing player.
De Benedetto is averaging currently about, sorry, I was looking at the rebound statistics. He has 49 overall rebounds. I was looking for an average.
Yep,
but
he's averaging
Mario's one of their forwards who's going to rebound for them.
8.6 a game this year.
Got a few substitutions here. But first, we have a moving screen.
Oof.
Called on Ramsey Sullivan, who just checked into the game. So let's reset here for the Sachems on the court right now. We have Henry McDonough, number 10. Alex Bogomilov, number 3. Justin Miranda still out there, who started. Ramsey Sullivan, number 20. And Brendan Clark, who also started, still out there. Arlington with the ball on the outside. McNamara from deep. No. Ramsey Sullivan with the rebound to Bogomilov. Bogomilov dishes to Clark. Clark in the key. Does not get the roll.
Good take. Nice deflection by Justin Miranda.
Gascon with a rebound there for Arlington. Pushed the ball up out of bounds. Joe McCarron quickly back in for Henry McDonough.
I'd say at this pace, substitution is going to be a key part of the game. You're going to have to keep people fresh the way they're going up and down.
Fast-paced first quarter so far. We're right around 2 minutes to go. 15-13. Your home Winchester Sachems are leading at the moment. Gascon in the post. Up. Off the glass for 2. Tied at 15s. Arlington with a full court press here. The trap. Tough passing at the basket. Sachems get away with it. Sullivan settles. Miranda back out to McCarron. No good. Tough shot there.
Like Miranda's decision right there, though. Kick it back out. Try to get the team in some offense.
Dominic Black with the ball, top of the key, looking to go one-on-one. Pulls up. Got it. Foot on the line. Arlington Spy Ponders have taken the lead, 17-15. Back with the pressure underneath the basket.
Oh.
Tough pass across the middle.
Absolutely.
Black. Oh, no good. Out of bounds, Sachems ball. Coach, we're seeing a little bit of pressure here by the Spy Ponders in the full court.
Yeah, absolutely. Arlington's very aggressive, and they've got some length in there right now. Those passes across are very difficult. I'd like to see the Sachems trying to inbound the ball a little bit higher, not get pushed so far down to the baseline, make those angles a little bit easier.
So let's see what they run here for their press break. Looks like Bogomilov is going to bring the ball up. Inside outs it and settles the ball. Over to De Benedetto. De Benedetto tries to make a move. Mishandles. Clark there for the pickup. 15 on the shot clock and a foul. Nicholas Corrales with the reach. Possession, Sachems.
Looks like right now, Coach, that when Liam Fitzpatrick gives the ball up, they're not letting him get it back. Smart decision. You know, person who runs your offense, you take him out of it, makes it a little bit helter-skelter out there.
In for the Sachems is number 34, Michael Tavila, a sophomore forward. His first action in the game thus far. Ball mishandled. Fitzpatrick picks it up. Clark with a double dribble. Turnover for the Sachems. Tough one there. A few turnovers here for the Sachems in the past few possessions, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Arlington's really sped up the pace and sped up the Sachems on offense.
Under a minute left. Arlington 17, Winchester Sachems 15. Arlington gets the ball over the timeline. McNamara settles. We got about a 18-second differential on the shot clock here. Coach John Bola makes the call. Black with the drive, under, back out. Swift with it, out to Pazia. Pazia, no. DiBenedetto rebounds. 18 seconds to go, no shot clock. Let's see what the Sachems run here for the last shot of the quarter.
A little high ball screen.
For the jumper, got it.
He's just tough. He can go either direction, either hand, pull up.
Spy Ponders get up for shots. No good. So for an action-packed first quarter here, Coach, we're tied up at 17. Any takes from the first quarter on your part?
Yeah, I thought both teams came out very aggressive offensively. Settled in as we went along. Towards the latter third of that quarter, the Spy Ponders' pressure really, I think, caused Sachems to slow down a little bit offensively in terms of their scoring. But overall, I mean, 17-17, we're looking at a pretty high-scoring affair at this point if it stays the rest of the way like it is.
As you said, Coach, one of the things that I noticed here in the first quarter was the amount of substitutions. Both coaches very comfortable running 8, 9 players in there in the first 8 minutes of the game. And I think that's a sign of the coaches trusting their bench.
Absolutely, I would agree, 100%. Looks like both teams went about 8 deep in that one, if I remember correctly, which is going to be important because the pressure that both teams are putting on each other, you don't want those legs to wear down, especially in the second half.
I'd like to recognize Coach Fleming's coaching staff here tonight. He has assistant coach Jesse Brackett, who is a Watertown alum, who I had, I would say, the pleasure coaching against back in my 12 years of coaching Winchester High School with Coach Quentin Dale. But Jesse's teams were quite potent with their three-point shooting, so it wasn't a pleasure coaching against Jesse, but he's a great kid, and we're happy to have him here on the Winchester side. We also have Coach Danny Burns, who coaches the JV team, and Winchester alum Coach Julian Lamb, graduate of 2003, one of my former players as well.
Absolutely.
Start off the second quarter here. Sachems with the possession. Again, we're tied at 17. Fitzpatrick with a spin move to Benedetto. Out for 3, left-hand side, good.
It's interesting to see the different styles here offensively. Arlington a little bit more set-oriented, Winchester a little bit more dribble motion-oriented.
20-17 Sachems. Spy Ponders looking to tie it up in the corner, no good. DiBenedetto with the rebound. We got a call underneath the basket. It looks like Sam Swift, the sophomore forward, reached in, and they got him with the foul. That's Arlington's 4th team foul, and Swift quickly is replaced in the lineup.
So here's the matchup we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Both point guards, probably respectively team's best players.
McNamara putting the pressure on Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald back out to Miranda. Miranda looks off to DiBenedetto. About 10 to go on the shot clock. Joe McCarron with it. Mario and Joe weave. Mario takes a look at the shot clock, drives, no good. Gets his own rebound, but he was out of bounds. Arlington ball.
Really good effort right there, really good effort.
Coach Fleming looks as if he has Brendan Clark now running on Colin McNamara tightly, and the rest of the Sachems playing a man as well. But we'll watch that matchup with Brendan Clark. Oh, now switching. Yeah, McNamara with it.
There's that switch we were talking about. I think Arlington's got to look to try to potentially take advantage of that.
Yep.
If they're going to switch that screen and roll and you're going to get a guard on that post, that could be a great opportunity for them offensively.
Patrick Grassi, the junior forward, getting his first minutes here in the second quarter, subbing in for Mario DiBenedetto. Another substitution. On the post, Gascon just before the shot clock, no good. Miranda with the rebound to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looks up the court, realizes he's going to dribble it up. Off to Grassi, just in the game with a quick shot, no good. And the foul on the rebound. That foul will be Justin Miranda, his first.
Looking here, Coach, looks like they're trying to keep the ball in McNamara's hands, which again, Arlington looked like they were trying to do a little bit with Fitzpatrick.
And as you mentioned with the many substitutions so far, it looks like they're kind of running a defender by committee on McNamara thus far. Henry McDonough on him. Ball being weaved at the top by the Spy Ponders. McNamara with it, Miranda on him. Into the corner. Corrales with it. Under 10 the shot. McNamara off the glass, no good. Rebound goes back to Gascon, and he hits the jumper for 2. Timeout, Arlington. 5:52 left to go here in the first half in Winchester High School Gymnasium. Winchester Sachems are leading 20-19. And Coach, by my count, and Patrick Grassi here in the game, we've gotten close to 10, 11 guys here for Coach Fleming's squad thus far in the game.
Absolutely. I think one of their strengths this year is that depth. Come in with different players of different abilities, changes up the offensive look a little bit. Also brings in a little bit more size into the back line of the defense. So
Sachems usually play a Tuesday, Friday night schedule. This week we're midterms here at Winchester High School, and Sachems' last game was Monday, I believe, where they beat Arlington Catholic 75-49. So a nice win for the Sachems to get them back to 500 overall. Of course, Arlington Catholic's not a Middlesex League team, so they're still 4-3. But always important to get to that 500 mark, especially when it comes tournament time later in the season. McDonough with it, dribbles to the baseline, gets caught, and gets it outside to Joe McCarron. Miranda back to Grassi at the top of the key. Fitzpatrick weaves over to Grassi. McCarron with 10 on the shot clock. No good. Black with the rebound, looking to push. Stops. Back out to Wasco. Wasco, no good. McDonough with the rebound.
And there's Grassi on the back line going up to contest that shot. Oh, good rip by McNamara.
McDonough with the turnover. Connor McNamara puts the Spy Pounders up by 1, 21-20 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. McCarron over to Grassi. Grassi to Liam Fitzpatrick. McNamara playing some defense on him, gets by him. Looks to spin it off the glass, no good. Rebound by the Spy Pounders. Here comes Dominic Black. Stops at the top of the key with confidence and drains it.
Got to try to get that ball stopped, Coach. Can't let it get all the way into the scoring area and give a person who can shoot the rock a wide open look.
Hand up in the face. McCarron looks to drive, gets fouled. He'll get to the line. Currently it's 24-20 Arlington. 4:25 to go here in the first half. Joe McCarron will get to the line for 2. And Joe is seeing a lot of minutes this year as a sophomore. Coach, I know he was on the roster last year as a freshman, but there's a big jump between freshman and sophomore year for Joe as he hits the first of 2.
Yeah, Joe worked really hard this summer, put a lot of time in, improving his skills, his strength. That was a big piece for him last year, was trying to just keep up with the speed and the strength of the game as a freshman.
Joe hits the second. Cuts the lead to 2, 24-22 Arlington. Brendan Clark is back in the game. And let's see, Brendan's back on Connor McNamara for the defense. So Dominic Black will bring it up. Alex Bogomioff with the defense. Out on the wing to McNamara. McNamara looking to penetrate. On the roll, no good. To Benedetto with the interception. Pushes it. Clark looks to pull and fires and hits. Puts the lead back up by 1. A back and forth game so far, Coach. I think this is our 5th scoring change thus far.
It has been, and it's a high scoring affair. It is. I mean, we got pull up threes in transition. This is going to be a fun game tonight.
McGilray with the ball. Out to the corner to McNamara. McNamara back to Wasco. Excuse me. McGilray no on the shot. Black with the rebound. Up, contested, got it. 26-25, Spy Pounders. 3:25 to go. Full court pressure by the Spy Pounders. McDonough with it up the sideline. Over the timeline. Traps, but gets out of the trap. Cross court pass over to Benedetto. Benedetto looking to drive. Gets past him. However, gets fouled on the floor by Ben Wasco.
Having an opportunity to watch a couple of Sachems games this year, Benedetto is he can be a matchup nightmare out there because typically got a bigger player on them. Very difficult to keep out of the paint.
Michael Savilla back in the game. Liam Fitzpatrick back in the game. And he hits a three right away. That puts the Sachems back up 28-26 with 2:58 to go in the game. Dominic Black for the Spy Ponders will bring the ball up to Corrales, up to the top of the key to Wasco. Wasco to McNamara in the post to Wasco.
Nice dig down by Alex.
Bogomilov goes to the middle and too many steps. I think, Coach, if he continued to go at the defender's hip and up the right side, he would have had an open lane. Tough, another turnover there.
Very tough in transition when you got the advantage to turn the ball over and at least get a shot up to the rim.
Interior pass to McGilwray. McGilwray out to Corrales, who scores. Tied up at 28. To Benedetto, the left-hand side, baseline. And another turnover for the Sachems. So at the moment, Coach, it's a tie game. However, a couple of unforced errors here on the Sachems' part, keeping the Spy Ponders in it.
Absolutely. Got to limit those unforced turnovers. You got to utilize every possession, at least get shots up to the rim, be able to go get them for second chances, maybe even thirds.
Corrales with it into the high post of Piazza. McNamara with a 15-foot jumper on the elbow, good for two.
It's a tough pull-up. Same thing. He and Fitzpatrick both have that pull-up at the elbow. Very difficult to defend when you get your momentum going one way and they stop on a dime and pull up.
To Benedetto looking to drive. Three defenders there. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, ties the game at 30. Nice hustle by Mario.
Yep, showed nice body control not to give up the offensive right there.
Spy Ponders with the ball. McNamara hands off to Corrales. Corrales out to the corner of the Black. Black on the baseline. Up, under. To Benedetto with the block. 10 on the shot clock. McNamara looking to drive right-hand side. Nice take. Coaching staff for Arlington looking for the foul. Rightfully so. No call. Spy Ponders up by 2. Fitzpatrick dribbling through pressure. To Villa. Out to Bogomilov, to Clark. Clark keeps it around the perimeter. Ends up in Fitzpatrick's hand for three. Another three-point shot for another three-point basket made by Liam Fitzpatrick. Gives the Sachems the lead by 1.
Point guards just trading baskets, coming down each other, each being aggressive.
Under a minute to go here in the first half. Spy Ponders with the ball. Pazia with it. Out to McGilwray. McGilwray to Black. Black out to Corrales for three. No good. To Benedetto. Can't keep Black off the boards. Black up. Pump fake. No good. And they travel. So just as the Sachems have a few turnover issues, the Spy Ponders are right back here with 23 seconds to go. What do you look here, Coach, in the last 23 seconds for the Sachems to run?
I think they keep running the movement they have been, but most importantly, they got to be able to get it up and settle first. They got a lot of time on the clock.
And that's what you don't want to see, Coach, right there. The sophomore, Joe McCarron, getting a little bit ahead of himself and a little bit excited, I think, with a lane, whereas you'd like to see him pull that out to the corner and set up an offense to get the last shot.
Absolutely. Get the ball in Liam's hands, maybe let him ISO at the top, maybe a high screen and roll, set up your shooters off some penetration. Look for maybe Arlington to do the same thing here with Dominic Black at the top.
So instead of the Sachems with the last shot here in the half, this Arlington will with 8 seconds left to go. Black out to McNamara. McNamara looking to shoot it on Sullivan. Pulls up. No good. And that's our half. As we go into halftime, Winchester Sachems 33, Arlington Spy Ponders 32. So we were tied at halftime, tied at the end of the first quarter. At halftime, Sachems have the 1-point lead. Coach, any thoughts here on the first half thus far?
Yeah, exciting basketball up and down. At times playing a little bit too fast both sides, but watching one team run a little bit more motion type stuff and the other side a little bit more set oriented. But as we talked at the opening, your point guards, Liam Fitzpatrick, Connor McNamara, they're going to lead their teams, and they did in that half, whether they were making good decisions or knocking down tough shots.
So even though the standings have the Winchester Sachems in the middle of the pack right now and the Arlington Spy Ponders at the top, you wouldn't necessarily know it, by the way. They're playing here in the first half. So an action-packed first half, 33 Sachems, 32 for the Spy Ponders. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Winchester High Gymnasium, where we get ready to start the second half here with Arlington chasing a 1-point deficit against the Winchester Sachems, 33-32. Coach, do you have any scoring updates here from the first half?
Yeah, for the Spy Ponders, you have Dominic Black with 12, McNamara 10, exactly I think what we expected from that side. And on the Winchester side, Liam Fitzpatrick with 10, Brennan Clark with 8. Two leading scorers, both teams.
Both teams back to their starting fives from the first half. Miranda with a nice left-hand block on the post against Gascon. 14 on the shot clock. High post, back into Gascon. Back to the basket, Benedetto with a rejection. Nice interior defense there, coach, by the Sachems.
Yeah, first the one-on-one and then the help by Mario.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Gascon from the left-hand block. Right-hand baby hook, no good. Rebound, Fitzpatrick with the push. Liam looks to set the offense. Man-to-man again for the Spy Ponders. McCarron over to Clark. Clark looks to drive on Black. Nothing. Weaves with Fitzpatrick. Nice shot by Fitzpatrick for 2.
Is that pull-up jumper? Tough to stop.
Tough deep there by McCarron on Corrales. Dumps it off, back to Gascon. Stuck in the right-hand corner is McNamara. Interior pass, tough pass, picked off by the Sachems. Quickly turned back over by Black, and he's going to get called for steps.
I think he fooled him with the Euro step right there. Tough call.
Well, thankfully Arlington's in the United States, and that's a travel. McCarron looking to bring the ball up, and he gets pressured. I don't think Coach John Bowler wants to see a foul in the backcourt there, Coach.
No, he definitely wants to keep the pressure on the young player, but he doesn't want to be giving up these early fouls and that far in the backcourt.
That's Dominic Black's second personal foul. It's the first here of the second half. Keep an eye on that. Black was their leading scorer in the first half with 12. Miranda, tough pass there, picked up by McNamara, who then pushes it up to Black. Black settles the ball, inside pass nicely to Wasco, who lays it in. 35-34, Arlington down 1 still. Full court pressure here by the Spy Ponders. Clark looking to get over the timeline. Does. Continues to dribbles it off his knee.
Definitely no secret to the Spy Ponders game plan. A ton of pressure as soon as Fitzpatrick gives up the ball in the full court.
Ball underneath the basket. McCarron into the corner to Miranda. Miranda looking to do something. One dribble and pickup to Benedetto. 10 on the shot clock. Looking to go one-on-one. Left-hand dribble to the right. Nicely done by Benedetto for 2.
Beautiful crossover left to right. Right back at you, huh?
Connor McNamara, the senior, nicely done, coming back against the Sachems with the hoop and the harm. Gets it to 1.
That looked to be on Fitzpatrick. How many is that? We gotta definitely keep an eye on that.
That's Liam's first, team's first. Henry McDonough substitutes in for Brennan Clark. McNamara finishes the three-point play and ties it at 37. Full court pressure here by Arlington. Henry McDonough with the pass in the middle to Benedetto. Looks like another foul here by the Spy Ponders with the pressure. It looks like it's kind of by committee, whoever brings the ball over the half-court line here, Coach.
Yes. I'd like to see Winchester go to that a little more organized press break and try to get the ball in Liam's hand to settle things down.
McDonough will inbound the ball. into Fitzpatrick to McDonough. Kick out to McCarron. McCarron settles. DiBenedetto's foot on the line. That was a 2-point shot. No good. Glasgow with a rebound. Turnover. Justin Miranda for 2. Another tough turnover by the Spy Ponders in the backcourt leads to an easy bucket for Justin Miranda. Lead is back up to 2, 39-37. McNamara with it. Drive, nicely done for 2, 39 all. Connor McNamara with 15 now, excuse me, for the Spy Ponders. Wild shot by McDonough on the drive, no good. Lead state jump ball. Possession goes to Winchester.
I was going to say earlier in the game, the way that McNamara's pulling up, I'd make him a driver, but watching him drive now, I don't know what you do with him.
Back in for the Sachems, Bogomilov, number 3, and Ramsey Sullivan, number 20. Ramsey Sullivan quickly off the bench with a 3. No good. Black with a rebound. 39 all. Black looks to push the ball. Kicks out to McNamara. McNamara gets the ball to the middle. For 2, 17 points now for Connor McNamara. And he's starting to heat up here for the Spy Ponders.
He's taking over, Coach.
There's your press break you're looking for, Coach. Bogomilov to Sullivan. Sullivan up, under, no good. Tough hoop. Tough shot, excuse me. Gascon with it, and it gets called for the travel. So a bit of up and down action here, Coach, by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, it looks both teams a little uncomfortable at that pace. They slow it down, play a little half court. It seems to be the strength of each right now.
Well, I'd see some more substitutions with Clark and Fitzpatrick back in the game. Coach Fleming's going to need to contain Connor McNamara, who's up to 17 points, if they'd like to stay within reach. 41-39 Arlington Spy Ponders with 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. Fitzpatrick with a hesitation kicks it back out to the top. Swings it. Miranda swings it over to Clark. Clark to Fitzpatrick on the drive for 2.
Tough finish.
So as quickly as I mentioned that the Sachems need to keep track of Connor McNamara, Spy Ponders will need to do the same with Liam Fitzpatrick here in the third quarter. 41 all. McNamara with it. Out in the perimeter, looking in the mid-post to Gascon. Gascon with it, back up to McNamara. McNamara with a 20-footer, no good. Sullivan with it in a tough position. Bogomilov with a possession up to Clark. Clark, right-hand side. Steps, pull back, got it. Nicely done by Brendan Clark with a penetration stop jump shot. Puts the Sachems up by 2.
Nice penetration, read the defense, pulled up, knocked in a tough shot.
43-41 Winchester Sachems. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And just as quickly as the Sachems go up, Nicholas Corrales, a sophomore guard, puts the Spy Ponders up by 1. Ties it up, 43 all. Brendan Clark, careful, needs to be careful near the midcourt line. Pressure. Connor McNamara just a little too hard with the steal. Gets him on the arm.
I think we know what we're going to get out of McNamara and Fitzpatrick. I think this game's going to come down to how Winchester handles the pressure. And from each team, who can be that second, potentially third scorer.
So with that foul, that's the Spy Ponders' third team foul. Connor McNamara is first, so no foul trouble there for McNamara. Some more substitutions by Coach Fleming. Fitzpatrick with the diagonal pass over to McCarron. McCarron for Clark. Clark back out to Grassi. Grassi with a little baby hook, no good. And Dominic Black with a rebound. McNamara looks, surveys the scene into the post to Pazia. No good on the post move.
It's good solid defense by DiBenedetto on the block. Stayed strong.
Sachems. 20 to go on the shot clock. McCarron with it. Patrick Grassi with another 3. No. Black with a rebound. Gets through the pressure to the left-hand side. Corrales hits the 3. A big 3-point shot there by Nick Corrales. Gives the Spy Ponders a 3-point lead now, 46-43, as we near their 2-minute mark in the third quarter.
You have to start identifying Corrales in the half court.
If Spy Ponders score here, look for Coach Fleming to possibly call a timeout to stop the momentum. But I think the foul will keep him from doing that. So McNamara goes to the line for 2 shots. That foul was registered to Joe McCarron, his first, team second. McNamara hits the first of 2.
Winchester on the offensive side, they've got to be patient, get some movement, get the defense moving, then that'll create angles and opportunities to penetrate. It's hard against this defense to just try to go right off the bat. They've got good individual defenders at the guard position, which is also a strength of Winchester.
McNamara hits the second. They're up 48-43. It looks like Coach Bowler will give McNamara a rest to end the half here by getting Ben Wasco back in the game. Full court pressure. Sachems break through it. Bogomilov calmly to DiBenedetto. DiBenedetto with the inside-out dribble again and gets a quick call on the baseline.
Little change in pressure out of the free throw there. Went to a little more of a trap than a straight man-to-man.
DiBenedetto, I think, got the benefit of that call. And having coached many a nights here at Winchester Gymnasium myself with Coach Quentin Dale, that particular foul right there, I don't think would have been given to us back when Coach Dale was here. Not quite sure why. But I don't recall a call like that going our way.
Coach Dale had a very fun-loving relationship with the officials in his time here.
Dynamic and unique. I love that man, Quentin Dale. So, Sachems looking to cut the lead. McDonough with a wild shot. No good, but it lays in the hands of Liam McDonough, who lays it in, 48-45. Arlington Spy Ponders with about a minute 10 left to go here in the third quarter. Wasco with it in the post, kicks it back out. Loose ball by Swift. Gets it to Wasco. Gets the hoop and the foul. Well, we'll wait till the referee and see what he says. We know the foul's on Liam Fitzpatrick. However, the call is on the floor. So, another questionable call. I thought maybe it was in continuation, but
Sachem might have caught a break on that one.
That's Liam's second personal, team's third. 1 minute exactly left to go here in the third quarter. 48-45 Arlington. Out of bounds underneath the basket. McNamara with it, who's back in the game, and gets called for the travel.
I like that set, though. Get that isolation. It's a different way to run a 1-4 low. Get your best player matched up one-on-one.
Just as we thought McNamara would sit out and get some rest here and finish the third quarter, he's quickly back in the game and turns the ball over. Brendan Clark with the penetration, the kick out to Benedetto. No good. Team was looking for a blocking foul underneath the basket with Clark driving, but no call. Ball ends up in Blackstand here on the left-hand side for 3. Got it.
Black's been quiet to that point right there.
Spy Ponders with the biggest lead of the game, 51-45. And the Sachems with a chance. Brendan Clark misses the bunny. And the ball goes out of bounds off the Sachems. 24 seconds left to go.
There's your substitution back for Liam to give him the rest of the time. Don't want to pick up that third foul.
So let's see what the Sachems do here on defense with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. It'd be nice if they could keep the deficit only to 6. Wasco with the ball. Up to McNamara, inside to Black. Turnover. Miranda, 6 to go, 5 to go. Pushes it. DiBenedetto with the drive. No! And a tough angle for us to see, but a foul on Mario DiBenedetto with the charge. So that's a turnover again. That's his second. 1.5 on the game clock here. Black heaves it up. No good. So at the end of the third quarter here, Coach Arlington pushes the lead up 51-45. And as we head into the last 8 minutes here of the game, again, we mentioned that the Spy Ponders being the top team of the Middlesex League, the Sachems would like to stay with them here. What are they going to need to do in the fourth and final quarter here?
It's the things we said. They've got to settle down offensively. First in the full court, they got to handle the pressure. If they can't get the ball to Fitzpatrick, the person bringing it's got to be under control. And then once they get it over, they've got to get some movement. Spy Ponders have locked down a little bit defensively here, taking away driving lanes, forced to make that next pass. So get some movement, open up that lanes, get the defense moving a little bit, try to get some easy baskets. Then on the other end, they got to identify the shooter, the sophomore. He's knocked in a couple. And also, Dominic Black. We haven't heard much from him this second half, but that three could get him going here. So on defensive end, they got to make sure they identify. And, of course, you got to somehow slow down McNamara.
On the Sachems side, Coach, what would you like to see from Coach Fleming and his rotation system here in the fourth quarter?
I think you might want to, rotate a little bit early, but right around that 4:30 mark, you got to start tightening up a little bit. Definitely got to start going with your best 5 or 6.
Agreed.
Especially if the lead is in favor of the Ponders.
All right, as we turn our attention back to the court here, Spy Ponders start with the possession. Again, it's 51-45 Arlington. Swift with it to the top of the key to McNamara. McNamara out to Black. Black with a drive, up and under. Dish off. Corrales with the attempt, the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Sachems ran him off the 3-point line, made him a driver. Unfortunately, on the back end, committed the foul.
That foul registered to Mario DiBenedetto. That's his 3rd personal. Team's 5th. Corrales calmly knocks down the first, which pushes the lead to 7. And the second. So the Spy Ponders hitting their free throws here. Clark had the baseline, but just elected to stay underneath the basket. To McCarron with a pass, leaving his feet. The referees say there's a deflection, so the Sachems get possession of the ball, although Arlington coaching staff would beg to differ.
Again, a little change in philosophy right there. You got ball out of Fitzpatrick's hand, little run and jump.
Fitzpatrick with it, out to DiBenedetto. Sachems would need a basket here on this possession. However, they're not going to get it with a travel on DiBenedetto.
That's what the last 3 or 4 possessions have been. Turnovers for the Sachems. Tough. Got to at least get the ball up to the rim so you can get a second, third chance.
53-45, Arlington Spy Ponders. Dominic Black uses the high screen to McNamara. McNamara weaves to the middle. Roscoe with it to Black, and we have a moving screen. So a travel on the other end, a moving screen on the other end, 1 turnover for another turnover. Looks like Coach Bowler for the Arlington Spy Ponders is going to get in. Oh, he's not. James Gascon went to the scorer's table, but was not able to sub in time. Fitzpatrick with it. Oh, a cross-court pass to McCarron. Shovel pass to Fitzpatrick, to Benedetto for 2.
Very nice look by Liam. Nice finish on the opposite side by Mario.
53-47, Arlington. Black calls for the screen. Swift sets it. Black again gets the call. And we'll get to the line for 2. We'll see who the official calls it on. That's going to be Mario DiBenedetto's 4th personal foul, Coach.
Big difference, I think, right here to this point is Arlington has that second ball handler. Someone who can take the pressure off or handle the pressure. Right now, Winchester doesn't seem to have that. And if it's not in Fitzpatrick's hand, they have a hard time running offense.
So Black at the line for 2. Misses the first. Henry McDonough in the game for Mario DiBenedetto, the Sachems, and then James Gaston will get into the game for Sam Swift. Coach, another possession here for the Sachems. Coach Fleming hasn't used any timeouts yet. Would you look to use a timeout here before the 5-minute mark, or what are your thoughts?
I think a lot of it's going to have to do on what Arlington comes out on defensively right here. So they started man-to-man first half. They went to that zone trap, 1 possession there in the third quarter. Now they're in a little bit more of a run and jump. So if Winchester continues to struggle a little bit, A, to handle that pressure, and B, to get the ball in Fitzpatrick's hands, I think he's going to need to get them organized, get them settled down so they can execute on the offensive end.
So just as we talk about Coach Fleming and his timeout strategy. Coach Bola for Arlington will call a timeout after Dominic Black makes one of 2 free throws at the free throw line. 54-47. Spy Ponders up by 7. 6:36 to go here in the fourth and final quarter of the game. Thus far, the leading scorers for the Sachems have been Fitzpatrick and Joe McCarron. So we'll see what the Sachems can do here out of the timeout. Henry McDonough will take the ball out of bounds. He has the baseline, the referee's telling him. Donna Gildersleeve with the assist on the water. Longtime athletic trainer here at the Winchester Sachems. Thank you, Donna. Henry McDonough with the possession. Dribbles back and forth, looks to hand it off. Tough pass to make. McNamara with the steal, the drive, and the foul. So McDonough turns the ball over, comes back and commits the foul. That's his first. However, Coach, that's the Sachems' 7th personal foul, and now in the bonus.
A lot of time left in this game to be in the bonus. Puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
McNamara hits the first of 2. This is a 2-shot foul. Let's see, he was fouled in the act of shooting. Hits the second. 56-47. Spy Ponders. And a reminder that tonight's game is a Coaches versus Cancer night here at Winchester High Gymnasium, where all proceeds are going to help the American Cancer Society. Again, Coach Fleming and the Middlesex League coaches hold this night each year in the month of January in honor and awareness of cancer research. They do a great job. Offensive foul, another turnover here for the Sachems. That one's on McDonough. And Coach, I know you've coached this evening as your previous career as the girls basketball coach here in Winchester. And any memories from years of coaching on Coaches versus Cancer night?
Yeah, it's always been a special night. The kids really enjoy it. It's a whole week lead up in school. They have a lot of fun, do a lot of different things to help them understand the importance of what we're doing. And there's been a tremendous buy-in from the community and the Middlesex League community at large. I mean, tonight is going to pretty much, you're going to have Coaches versus Cancer at Arlington, and you're going to have it at the other Middlesex League sites at some point this year. So it's been tremendous. It's just a special evening overall.
So as with most families, my family's been affected through cancer and over the years. And so any sort of research and money raised for cancer is for a great cause. If you go to American Cancer Society, I'm sure on online and Google search, you're looking to donate, you can do so there. Again, all proceeds for tonight's game go towards American Cancer Society. As we get back to the action on the court, Spy Ponders with a 9-point lead. There's a foul here on the Sachems.
Winchester pressed into a shot clock situation there. Had to get a tough shot up. And then again, as we talked about, now you're in the 1-on-1. You got to foul 84 feet away from the basket. This is going to put a ton of pressure on them the rest of the game to play really solid defense.
That last foul was on Justin Miranda, the senior forward. That's his second. The Sachems now, as Coach Kachaputi referred to, they're in the bonus. Spy Partners are in the bonus, with 9 team fouls for the Sachems. Arlington still has 2 to give with only 5 team fouls here in the fourth quarter.
Watching Arlington shoot free throws tonight, I can only really remember 1, maybe 2 misses. I mean, this is going to play a big role in the Sachems' ability to be able to get back in this game, because every foul you're sending a good free throw shooting team to the line where they're not having to shoot a contested shot. We'll see how this one plays out the next 5:30.
So, Coach Kachaputi, just as importantly, this game is being taped tonight to be aired on WinCam. We've done this game live in the past. However, most of the viewing will happen after this weekend. We have 2 exceptional games in divisional playoffs here in the NFL. We have first game of the NFC Championship game, the host Atlanta Falcons versus Green Bay Packers. And then, of course, the nightcap with the Patriots hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Any thoughts on the first game, NFC Championship?
Yeah, I think you got to ride the hot hand, Aaron Rodgers. I know they're on the road, but he's playing unreal. The Packers, the end of the season, offensively, I don't know if there was a better team. I know Matt Ryan's had an MVP caliber year. I don't see how you don't go with the Green Bay Packers.
I agree. You never go against a hot team. Packers haven't lost since November, and when they pull off a game like that against the Dallas Cowboys last week,
Absolutely.
I agree with you. I would take the Packers. In the nightcap, we have the home New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't do me wrong, Coach. I mean, who do you got in this one on Sunday night?
Can't go against the hometown.
All right, so
can't do it.
not much debate here. We would not make for a good talk show.
No,
We're agreeing on everything tonight.
Well, I will tell you though. I mean, the Steelers are not going to make it easy because with Brown and Bell, I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I think this is coming down to whoever might even have the last possession can get into field goal range, something along that lines, because they are talented offensively, the Steelers.
Sachems back. Miranda with an athletic steal. Sachems with it. Clark for three. No, that would have cut the lead down to 8. Instead, the Spy Ponders get it. Corrales with the layup and the foul on Brendan Clark. So Sachems had a chance there to cut it under 10. They don't. And the Spy Ponders come back with the foul and 2 free throws. 58-47, Arlington Spy Ponders with the 11-point lead with 4:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. Corrales knocks down the first. So as we are discussing NFL action, Spy Ponders are able to push the lead up to 13. Patrick Grassi into the game. Patrick, the third brother of the Grassi brothers. I had the pleasure of coaching both Jack and Michael. Jack is at Notre Dame out in Indiana, finishing his degree. And brother Michael is a sophomore playing at Hamilton College. I had the pleasure of watching Michael last weekend play Tufts over in Medford. Tufts currently ranked number 4 in the country in Division III. Ended up beating Hamilton last week, but it was great to see Michael out there getting important minutes as a starter for Hamilton.
He was a tremendous career here at Winchester. A lot of fun to watch. Could score in so many different ways, outside, inside, off the dribble.
DiBenedetto with the block. Logan Leoff turns the ball over and quickly turned back over to the Sachems. So a bit of sloppy play here with 4 minutes to go. Looks as if Coach Fleming might be incorporating a few three-point shooters here with McCarron and Patrick Grassi in the game, Coach.
I agree. I think he's looking for a little bit more offense at this point. But ultimately, they got to take care of the ball. They got to be able to get it over, composed. Everything just seems to be rushed offensively. They're playing, Arlington's making them playing very fast right now.
So Fitzpatrick with the overshoots it with the left-hand baseline drive. And just watching the body language right now, you can see the Sachems are not feeling so positive. Arlington Spy Ponders with the layup there puts it up to 62-47. So as we started this quarter, it was a 6-point lead, 51-45 for the Spy Ponders. That's quickly up 62-47, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I have had a chance to watch Colin McNamara for Arlington play, and he's impressive. Composed, strong on the ball. I mean, that last drive right there, it comes down the court, good head of steam, changes pace, explodes back in, finishes under control. WPI is getting a good one, I think.
Solid player, very athletic, very composed. And WPI, very good basketball program at the Division III level, so I'm sure he'll be moving on to have a great career at a great school.
Absolutely. We're here with 3:45 left. Like you said, we got to pick up the body language here, and it'll go a long way, though, a bucket. It's amazing how making a shot or two can really change the body language, the energy of a team.
Well, as both of us have coached many, many games here at Winchester High, myself with the boys and you with the girls, for us, we'd always look at the time and the situation and set some goals for our players. And so coming out of a timeout like this would be realistic. You can't score 10 points in one possession. It's, we'd set a goal defensively and tell them, we need to keep them under 70 points if we want a chance to win this ball game right now. 15 points is not insurmountable, but each possession needs to be efficient with a score. So Fitzpatrick for 3, no. Rebound, and just as we talk about efficiency, the Sachems get one shot, and Spy Ponders come down with the rebound. McNamara, the left-hand side to Gascon. Gascon to Black. Black stops McCarron with the defense. And the call, it looks as if...
Pushing him back right there.
It looks as, excuse me, it was on the Spy Ponders. So that call was on Ben Wasco, the junior center for the Spy Ponders. That's his 4th, team 7th. So now the Sachems will get to the free throw line, which, as we mentioned as coaches, you like where you can score points when the clock is not moving.
This is going to be big for the Sachems. Now they're in the 1-1. I don't think they can settle for perimeter shots. I think they have to get stops and attack and try to get to the line.
So we need to make free throws here if we want to get back in the game. First shot's missed at the front end of the 1-1. Spy Ponders come back with the ball. McNamara gets it, dribbles it out of bounds. Turnover. Back to the Sachems. McDonough over to Bogomilov. Pushes it. Penetrates into the key to McDonough. McDonough to Grassi. Grassi with the hook for 2. And the timeout. So Grassi with his first hoop of the evening. Cuts the lead to 13, 62-49 with 2:54 left to go. Both teams in the bonus.
Interesting to see what Coach Fleming does here. Looks like he's bringing Miranda back in, maybe a little bit of offensive, defensive. Maybe up the tempo a little bit here in the full court. Try to speed up Arlington. Turnover, maybe a quick shot. Because right now you can't let them just take their time bringing it up and run offense. You got to get them moving and get a shot up quicker. Turnover, something of that nature.
While we have you here in the timeout, we'd like to extend our thanks to Dave and Suzette here with WinCam for allowing us to do this game. This is my 4th year doing this game. I missed doing it last year. I had a family commitment. But ever since I stopped coaching here at Winchester High School, Dave and Suzette and Coach Fleming have been wonderful asking us to do the game. And so I just want to extend our thanks to WinCam, a great community resource, and one that I hope anyone listening to uses. They do a great job.
So there it is, changing the tempo a little bit, coming out pressing, aggressively trapping.
Justin Miranda will be off to college next year as a soccer player. Had a great season here in the Middlesex League for the Winchester Sachems.
I believe he was Middlesex League Player of the Year for this fall soccer.
Cross-court pass to Gascon. Gascon to Black. Sachems looking to trap. They have 2 seconds to go to the half-court line. They do. Pazia with it. And a double dribble.
There it is, Coach. Sped him up. Got your turnover. Now you got to come down. You got to get a bucket one way or the other.
So
from the free throw line or from the field itself.
Coach Fleming going offense for defense there. Miranda for the defense. McCarron with the offense. 2:30 to play. Sachems down 13, 62-49. McDonough pushes it. Looks to weave with Fitzpatrick. Clark gets it in the corner. Overshoots it. Those are the baskets you need right there, Coach.
Absolutely. Got to get those to fall.
Spy Ponders quickly back. Gascon lays it up and in for 2.
It's tough. You need that bucket going one end, and then you come down and give a transition on the other.
64-49. Spy Ponders. Fitzpatrick with the spin and the hoop. Timeout. Coach Fleming. Lead is 13, just under 2 minutes to go. And just as we were talking about using his timeouts, Coach, I think that's probably why he was saving them.
I would agree. You don't want to say save them up. I think he did a nice job of not overusing them early, and now he's taking advantage of that right here. Be interesting to see at what point does he start to try to extend the game with a little bit of intentional, unintentional fouling. I think maybe you go one trap. First pass out of the trap, you foul. Look for the steal first, obviously. And because at some point here, 13-point lead. There's really only 4 true possessions left in the game. going to have to start extending this a little bit.
Great observation, Coach. As they come out of a timeout, Sachems back with their defensive lineup. Justin Miranda waiting at the out of bounds. The baseline.
Key here is going to be Liam and Mario Denabetto here playing a little bit of free safety to try to get that long diagonal.
Arlington with a forward cross setup. Get out of the trap. McNamara with it. Gascon strongly goes up with it for the hoop. Sachems quickly back. Miranda pulls it out. Looks for a trailer. Laid up and in for Clark. So we're trading baskets right now, but the Sachems need to get a turnover here in the backcourt. 66-53 Arlington. Black with it. Over to Wasco. Wasco.
There it is.
With a travel. There's a turnover. Fitzpatrick up. Oh, and the goaltend. So that'll stop the clock, Coach, and give the Sachems 2 points.
Absolutely.
So instead of the clock running, this clock stops. So now the lead's 11.
The Sachems cut into this and make this a closer, maybe 1-2 possession game. That could play a role, like you said. It stops the clock.
So as you mentioned, Coach, extending the game. 11-point lead here for the Spy Ponders. And Coach, you've spent many, as we continue to say, we've each spent many nights here coaching basketball games. Recently, you stopped coaching girls basketball for family reasons, much like myself, for family reasons and career reasons. But recently, you got back into the coaching ranks here at the high school.
Yeah, I'm happy to say I joined the indoor track squad. As an assistant coach. It's been a lot of fun. I coached outdoor track for a long time and got a chance now to do indoor. And the girls team has got some serious talent. They could make a run at the Middlesex League and potentially in some events, maybe even nationals.
So recently, I just saw that we set the school record at the relays for the long jump.
Not the school record, the state record. Yes,
I'm
school.
Corrected. Sorry, I corrected the state record. That's fantastic.
Yeah, they had 3 tremendous jumps all over 16 feet. The kids just work. They work so hard and they compete. And that's one of the fun things about it is not only to have the talent, but the way they compete is a lot of fun to be part of that. So.
McNamara at the line for 2, hits the first. McCarron back in the game for Justin Miranda. And having spent many of years coaching spring track myself, I'm sure you can attest that track student athletes are some of the nicest, best, well-rounded kids that you could coach and be with.
Absolutely. A pleasure to work with, hardworking, coachable.
Sachems look to push it down 13, 68-55. 1:15 left to go here in the contest. Arlington looking to push their record up to 9-1 overall.
You get a basket here. I'd like to see Sachems potentially send 23 or 14 to the line. I don't believe they've been there that often tonight. Try to keep 20, 0, and 2 off the line.
That's going to be a backcourt turnover for the Sachems. So 1:08 left here. 68-55. Arlington Spy Ponders about to go 8-0 here in the Middlesex League, 9-1 overall. Sachems will most likely drop to 4-4 in the Middlesex League and 5-6 overall. Substitution here for the Spy Ponders. Gascon back into the game. Post looking up, goes strong with left hand, no good. Loose ball. Gascon gets it out to Corrales, and he'll run the offense from the top. Less than a minute to go in the game. McCarron in the defense. Coach Bowler calling the timeout.
What do you think at this point, Coach? 13 points under a minute. What do you think Coach Fleming is talking about in the huddle right here?
Well, they need to stay invested in the game. So, as you know, looking at the game, if I don't get a stop here, they score, I'm looking to kind of empty my bench and get some kids some playing time, albeit about a minute left to go. I think the Sachems have played very well this evening and should be proud of themselves. Stayed in the game for 2.5 quarters. Arlington's 8-1 for a reason.
Absolutely.
And it's showing here in the second half. Dominic Black to inbound the ball. Side out in the backcourt to McNamara. McDonough on the defense. 10 to go in the shot clock. little back and forth, dribbling in and out, and the hoop. 70-55, Arlington. Benedetto with the drive, the foul. He'll get to the free throw line for 2.
Coach, I think tonight is going to be I don't want to say it's overused, a learning experience, but it is. I think this is a state tournament team, Winchester, and I think when they get in the state tournament, they're going to face some teams that are going to be very quick and good on the perimeter, and they're going to try to pressure them, and I think they can take a lot away from this and how to stay composed and handle pressure and be able to take care of the ball.
So Benedetto hits the first of 2. Sachems down 14. To Benedetto sets and misses the second. Loose ball. McDonough to Benedetto. Out to Clark. Clark fakes out to Liam Fitzpatrick for 3. Coach Fleming with a timeout. Spy Ponders still up by 11 with 27 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Coach Fleming in his 4th or 5th year coaching. Trying to think.
Yeah.
But, Coach Fleming is a Winchester alum, does a great job here with the students as a teacher. Again, as we've mentioned in the past, a 3-sport coach with the girls volleyball in the fall. Obviously here with the boys basketball in the winter and the boys volleyball program in the spring. He's brought both volleyball programs from the ground up. Does a phenomenal job with that. And growing up in New Hampshire, I'm not a Winchester Sachem as a native, but I can say it's nice to have someone who was born and raised here, leading 3 programs, and a respected person here at the high school.
Absolutely. Just a lot of pride for this high school and this community, and you can see it in his effort every single day.
So Spy Ponders inbound the ball, looking around the clock here with 20 seconds to go. Sachems will get another turnover. Coach Fleming's continuing to play strategy here to the last buzzer. Gets Joe McCarron back in the game.
And again, no matter how this turns out, this is going to be great for these players to go through the offensive defense, getting stops, making baskets.
And again, when the team looks at the film from this, there's a few good takeaways, and the learning experiences from the turnovers. Fitzpatrick with the layup, or the rebound and the putback. Sachem's down 9. They foul in the backcourt. That will stop the clock at 8.7 seconds to go.
Coach Fleming was looking for a foul on that. Fitzpatrick went up high for the rebound. And it did look like he might have got it on the arm a little bit.
Joe McCarron will get Dominic Black to the line for 2. The Spy Ponders are in the double bonus. We're past 10 team fouls here for the Sachems. He misses the front end of 2. So a true Sachem Coach Fleming squad here playing down to the final buzzer, although down 9, now 10. McDonough will finish it out. Steal by the Spy Ponders. And that's your final buzzer, Coach. Your final score here at Winchester High Gymnasium. Arlington Spy Ponders 71. Winchester Sachems 61. And as the teams go through here and shake hands at the end of Coaches versus Cancer Night, any final thoughts here, Coach, before we send it back to the studio?
Yeah, we talked about this being an up-down game, a lot of fun, high scoring. Spy Ponders just did a little bit better job taking care of the ball, staying composed, but overall, good game played by both.
So for any family members or Winchester community members who are taking time to watch this game, myself, John Dupuy, and on behalf of Coach Jason Kachaputi, we want to thank you for watching tonight's game. Again, the final here from Winchester Sachems on Coaches versus Cancer Night at the Winchester High Gymnasium, 71-61, Arlington Spy Ponders. They take their record up to 9-1 overall, 8-0 in the league. Winchester Sachems drop to 4-4 in the league and 5-6 overall. Again, a large thank you to Suzette and Dave from WinCam. And with that, we say good night. Thank you.